This is the first pillow talk of the year. I'm excited. We've brought it back for 2024. Excited to be here?
I'm so excited, guys.
Welcome back to another video. First question. How do you manage living together and sharing general house responsibilities?
I think we manage all right, to be fair.
I feel like we manage all right. Like, I think the only...
We do bicker about it a bit because that's just what couples do.
I feel like any person's going to, especially if obviously in a month, like, you might be feeling low or I might be feeling low and I might pull my weight a bit more than you would, or you might pull your weight a bit more than I would. So I feel like having that balance and like is so fine.
Yeah.
Why are you smiling?
I'm just smiling.
Why are you smiling?
I'm just smiling because I know what you're thinking about and you're not saying it because you know I'm going to disagree with it.
Only thing I would say is that Jed doesn't know how to deep clean. I'm going to use the right word. For example, if I said to Jed, can you tidy the apartment? He would hoover, yes. Tidy the kitchen and the surfaces, yes. But will he put, I don't think I've ever seen you with bathroom anti-bac in the bathroom. Like, you've never cleaned any of the bathrooms. You've got 2 of those, doesn't clean those. I've seen him toilet brush the toilet once without product, and the coffee table, I don't think the coffee table or the dining room table has never been cleaned by Jed.
I clean them.
No, you don't.
I do.
With what?
Do you know what the difference is, guys? Right, not the last week, but I'm just saying this in general.
You are the tidier person, yeah.
I'm much more tidy than Imogen, so I don't think I should tidy up the whole house as much as Imogen, which I feel like we do it very 50-50. You might disagree, I think we do it 50-50.
I think the one thing that, God, this is sounding like therapy now. The one thing that I get annoyed at is, for example, right, so this is another debate. In your household, if someone cooks...
Right, this is her idea, by the way.
No, Imogen
started this because...
No, if you cook... No, if you cook, I'd clean. If I was to cook, then you would clean. That's how it works in my household. You can ask my mum and dad. That is how it's happened since we were younger, because that's the respectful thing. If someone cooks you a meal, you say, oh, I'll do the dishes. That is how it works. But in Jed's eyes, you make the mess, you clean the mess. So if I'm cooking all 2 hours in the kitchen, I've then got to clean all of that up as well. It
is the better option. It's because I normally, obviously not the last week, but normally I clean as I cook. So I'm cleaning all my pans, I'm doing everything. The only thing that will be dirty would be the plates. Imogen, on the other hand, does not clean one single thing as she cooks. She's got 4 pans out that are dirty, 6 bloody trays that are dirty. Everything is dirty. I'm not cleaning up all that because you couldn't be asked to do it during you cooking. I could, yeah, okay, cool. I don't clean as I go. But if you didn't clean as you go, I would still tidy it up. But either way, okay, I'm gonna we'll start doing your way. No, I'm gonna stop cleaning as I go and see how you like it.
We do take it in turns. Of course, any person's gonna argue about like tidying. I know that I'm not the cleanest person to be around. Yeah, it's a bit of a sore subject. But I think me and Jen are just competitive in general. For example, I'll say that I'm the better cook.
Advice on turning friendship of 5 years into a dating relationship.
It's so hard because if things don't work out, you've lost like a great friend. But at the same time, I feel like...
Not necessarily, I disagree with that.
I know, I feel like it's hard to go into a relationship and then come away from that.
Yeah, I would personally just start dropping little hints. And then they won't ever know until they know. They won't ever know until I think that either feel the same or they just won't ever know.
Yeah, I feel like it's hard because you could literally just have like a mature conversation being like, I don't want to ruin our friendship, but I do kind of see you in this light. Do you see me in that kind of light? Or would you like to like give it a go? Like, because obviously if there's attraction there, if they like appreciate their looks or whether they can only see them as like a brother-sister like relationship type thing, like it's hard to like push those boundaries.
Yeah, I wouldn't sit down and have a formal conversation. Unless that's how you guys are friends, if you do stuff like that. But
I feel like in a dating world it always gets so complicated. You've got to drop hints and you've got to like pretend that you don't like them or you like them and you've got to play like hard to get. But it's like, I feel like sometimes the best route is just to be direct. Yeah. I don't know whether that's just because like, I don't know, like I watch way too many rom-com films and I'm like, like just tell each other that you like each other, do you know what I mean? I would just drop little flirty comments or something. Yeah.
And then if they
just test the waters.
If they reciprocate it, then you should try and move forward. I don't know.
So many people want to know what we argue about.
Everything.
We don't actually argue. The one thing that me and Jen have never like done is we've never gone to bed angry, and if we have, it's because I've fallen asleep by accident.
Or if I just couldn't be bothered to wait any longer than 3 hours for a response,
I do this thing where like after an argument I struggle to like snap back into being normal again, so I'll like kind of like just take some time for myself in the sense that like I'll literally just sit there in silence.
and it's so irritating.
How to have your own time whilst being in a relationship. I think having your own time in a relationship is the most important thing you can do. Especially, for example, if you're living with someone. I think it's so important to have your own hobbies, like do things. And I think one of the biggest things in mine and Jed's job is obviously it's a work from home job, in the sense that we're literally together every single day for 24 hours, unless I've gone to a class, Jed's gone to a boxing class, I've gone and like seen or stayed with friends. Like, and I think to have your own time is the important, like most important thing you can do.
I get my own space when Imogen goes to sleep. I go straight into the other bedroom, I turn on whatever I want, I chill there.
Yeah.
Like this, and I'm just sitting there and I just don't want to go to sleep.
It is really weird because that sounds really strange, but it's basically, we have 2 bedrooms. I'll be in here probably, I tend to try and go to sleep at 10:30. Recently it hasn't been working for some reason, but Jed will always come in, we'll chill, we'll watch something together. I'll then fall asleep, and then because Jed is an insomniac, he'll then wait till I'm asleep and then he'll go and like chill elsewhere, because I'm also one of those people that Jed loves to listen to the Sidemen at 3 o'clock in the morning at full volume, and I can't really...
It's not full volume, by the way. If I'm in here, I've got it on the lowest bar and she just goes mental.
But it's just like really distracting, obviously, like for me to sleep. So in order for me to like get a good sleep, Jed kind of like goes and chills in the other bedroom so that he can make himself tired. And I think that is the biggest thing, is obviously you are such an insomniac that's why that happened. So apparently that's Jed's version of having his own time. But I feel like how to have your own time is like things like taking up hobbies, or if you're like, oh, I'm just gonna go on a walk, like listen to some music or something. Like, I'm sure that your partner would appreciate just having your own time, because like I say, I think it is one of the most important things.
When I think of having my own time and space, I think having it in the apartment. I don't like having my own time out. I feel like I'm not thinking of me.
Yeah, I guess. But for example, like when I go out with my friends, which I probably do more than you do, because my friends like live near London, like you have the whole apartment to yourself.
Yeah.
And Jed really enjoys it. For example, like me and Steph have got this event this evening, so we're staying in London. Jed will have the apartment to himself, which I'm sure that you're very looking forward to. Like, we love each other, don't get me wrong, but like I feel like I'm a very introverted extrovert in the sense that I love my own time. Like, I very much have a social battery, but then I'm also a social butterfly.
I don't think you love your own time at all.
No, I do. I enjoy watching Grey's Anatomy and chilling.
She hates chilling so much. She loves the idea the second she chills, I'm getting it in my ear. I'm not doing anything. As soon as I'm like chilling, I just don't want to ever stop. We're opposites. I'd rather be Imogen.
Do you feel like you missed out on things being in a relationship so young? So, for context.
Yeah. Joking.
I was going to say yeah, so that's okay.
Oh, you rude. Are you joking me?
Okay, let me give you some context. Basically, so we started dating when we were 18, and then we moved in together when we were 20, correct?
Yeah.
I think, obviously, so we moved in together in my 3rd year of uni. Just because, I mean, like, Jed really wanted to move to London. We were like, you know what, like, it might be a really, really fun thing to do, like, live in London. We thought we were only going to actually live here for the year, to be fair, because we thought that we would have, I don't know, moved back home, or because obviously I was in uni, do you know what I mean? Like, it probably would have been weird in hindsight for us to, like, then not live together, but we just didn't know if it was going to be London or not. I don't know, in hindsight, like, did we miss a chapter? Did we move in really soon together? Don't regret it at all, but, like, I don't know, I see, like, loads of my friends, like, all living together. I'm like, oh, like, that does look really fun. To be fair, what I'm saying isn't even like to do with the relationship. I don't regret getting into a relationship so young, because I can't imagine myself with anyone else in the entire world. But I think, like, in terms of chapters and going through the relationship, like, yeah, I might have like liked to live with the girls for like a year or so, like 100%. I feel like that would have been really fun, because I am quite a girl's girl. Like, I enjoy like girly things and things like that, but it didn't happen, and it didn't happen for a reason, and I would never go back on myself nor regret anything that I've done. But we did move in obviously 2 years into our relationship, which was quite early.
I get where you're coming from, because I also did want to move in with my mates when I was younger. I feel like as I grew older, the less I wanted to do that.
Yeah.
And then more I wanted to move in with you. So I feel like I haven't missed out on it, because I moved in with you, which I wanted. I
think the way I see it is just because, like, I know that me and Jed are so strong in our relationship, and I mean, I can say for me, like, I know that we're going to be together for years and years and years, and so, like, in my sense, like, I know that I'm so comfortable in a relationship that, like, I could have afforded to like move in with the girls for a year, do you know what I mean? Because I know that it wouldn't have, like, yeah, it would have prolonged us moving in together. But again, like, I'm not saying that I didn't want to move in with you, because I did, and we did. I'm just saying, like, yeah, it would have been maybe cool to have like lived with the girls for a year. Like, that would have been like a really interesting thing. But again, like, I regret nothing. I'm just talking about like experiences. Like, I can't say that I experienced
Alright then, actually, I've got one.
Oh?
I regret not moving to Australia.
What, when you were younger?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I met you and I didn't. Yeah, then I was like, oh, I met her now, I'm not gonna do it.
Like, I'm not a super superstitious person, but I do believe in fate, and I do believe things happen for a reason. I think that's the only way you can kind of get through life, is in the sense that has happened for a reason. It sculpted you. Move on. Like, do you know what I mean? Whether it's good or whether it's bad. How do you guys keep the spark going in your relationship?
I don't know, I don't do anything specific, do I?
Yeah, I feel like our spark has never kind of like fizzled out. I think I definitely, well, this is so true. And I was reading something, or like I was watching some kind of podcast or something, and it was basically saying like depending on a woman's cycle, like period wise, you're gonna go through different infatuation phases. So I know monthly that I'll either be uber obsessed with Jed, or I'll be just like, oh, like, yeah, it's Jed.
Yeah, she's horrible
this
when
was
I get a haircut.
No, this was a debate, and I don't know whether you've seen it. Alex Earl did a podcast the other day, and she also was saying this. So I feel like there's two sides to women.
The only reason people were agreeing with her is because people stan her.
No,
if people
it's
didn't
not.
already love her, they would not be agreeing with her.
No, right. The point is that either there's two types of girls. Girls that don't really like it when their boyfriends get haircuts because they come out skinheads and they actually preferred them when they had a bit more hair. Or there's the girlfriends that really like their boyfriends when they just had haircuts and it's like the best they look. Jed's hair looks the best midway through his haircut.
I get about 2 days of her liking my hair because at the
That's
beginning,
not true!
first week she hates it because it's too short. Third week she hates it because it's too long. And I'm like, wow.
Yeah, but he's gorgeous regardless. That's fine. Back to the question though, how do we keep our spark? To be fair, I feel like recently we've been trying like lots of new things. Like not sexually, oh my god, no. Just in the sense that like the other night, like we bought our own hot pot and we tried like hot pot, like just like little like fun date night things that we've been trying. Yeah, I feel like our spark's never really gone. Oh, maybe it has. I think we're just like really comfortable in our relationship and I don't think there's...
I feel like it always just comes back, even if it just fizzles out a little. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I don't think we fizzle.
Some days we don't like each
Yeah,
other.
some days you get on my tits. That's life.
Yeah, then it'll eventually come back and be like, okay, no, I like you again.
Advice for losing your V-card. Okay, you give your advice from a male perspective and I'll give it from a female perspective. Go.
To be honest, I don't really know.
Jed's brain will do the thinking. I would genuinely say, I don't know if my parents would even want to hear this. I will hold my hand up and I will say that I rushed into having it way too quickly. I will say that I think like it was one of those times in school where it was all going around, everyone was doing this, that and the other, and because other people were doing it at your age range, you were like, okay, cool, like it's my time to do it. And I know that I rushed into it way too soon. Like I can't say I enjoyed my first time. Yeah, I think the biggest advice I can give is know that it's actually you that's wanting to do it, as opposed to you think it's the right time or you think that your partner wants to do it. I think you gotta know yourself. Do you know what I mean? Like even if you just sit on it for a while and kind of think, okay, like I think I might want it, sit on it still. Like I can genuinely say like it is bigged out to be this massive thing and it will be awkward and it will be a little bit funny because it is your first time and you don't really know what to expect, and it's obviously like a sensation and stuff that you would have never experienced in your entire life. Like it's a big thing, but it's also not super scary to be so wary of, and it's not like your first time has to be perfect. I will say, like, just for peace of mind, know that you really want to do it with said person or at that time in your life. That's what my advice would be.
Yeah, I mean, sex is just sex.
That is actually the vibe that Jed gives me, like it is.
No, like the problem is I don't really know how you give advice on
Jed
sex.
was a late bloomer.
Yeah, because I weren't in no rush, I wasn't bothered. And when it happened,
Oh no.
I'm not even going to explain it.
Oh my god, if Jed ever releases your first time story, I will die. I will die like that on the internet.
No, I won't ever release it. But it is quite fun. It's really
funny.
But like the
Do you
thing
know
is
what I
like even like now, the reason why I don't really have advice on it is because I don't care. Like it was a funny thing now.
I feel like yeah, Jed is another person that you'll meet and like you would never have a regret about it. Like yeah, a bit weird at the time, but really funny story now, but also really straight. I feel like for guys, like obviously it caters to who the guy is and his feelings and things like that, but a lot of the time yeah, I feel like guys are just a bit like, they don't really attach their emotions like us females do. I mean, we can definitely have sex without feelings, but I do think feelings are just going to come into it regardless.
If you lost your V card to someone, that's who you'll always have a certain connection with regardless. Like even if you don't like them, you still have that weird connection to them. That is always a thing in my school.
That's so weird that that was a thing in your school.
Well, no, I think that's a thing in general, no? Like,
no.
Whoever you lose your V card to, you normally always do have something...
Oh, do you have a special connection with this woman?
Oh, yeah. I'm joking. I don't even know their name.
Oh, Jed!
Oh, I actually do. I do actually know their name. I do.
Okay, so basically, bottom line is that Jed doesn't really have any advice because sex is sex in it.
Can you stop doing that for me?
And I would say just know that you want to do it and it's the right time for you. It isn't this crazy big thing that everyone kind of bigs it out to be, but I definitely think that just having respect for yourself, respect for your partner, knowing when it's right is all you can do, really. Anyways, that is the end of the video. I hope you did enjoy this one, and we probably rambled on way too much, but make sure to comment, subscribe, like down below, all the good fun jazz, and
peace out.
Wrong. Come on, babe, my intro's always the same. Jed doesn't watch my YouTube videos, doesn't support me anymore.
Bye, Munchkin.
Make sure to comment,
bye,
subscribe.
girlies.
No.
You say girlies.
No, I don't. Make sure to comment, subscribe, like down below, all the good fun jazz, and
we'll see you next time.
hopefully we'll see you in the next one. Fake fan.